I love you, I love you, I love you.
What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Still in Vegas. Finna get ready for my flight. As you can see, the sun is out. City over there. The sun is out, and currently I am still sitting in that trade from yesterday. I am currently up. Let's see, 250,000. A lot of people are texting my phone right now, but 260,000 now. Alright guys, so currently I am showing my TradeZilla. It shows just based off my trading stats how I'm doing. My average hold time that most people ask me is 1 day, 18 hours and 20 minutes. Average win rate, daily wins is 70%. Profit factor, so if you don't know what this means, basically showing you if your strategy is profitable or not. Anything over a 2 is profitable. I'm pretty sure a 2 is break even. So with me having 5, that lets you know how good I am at trading. And I'm not trying to have it as an ego. I'm just trying to say that I'm really good at what I do. And then we have average daily P&L. So normally I'm making 100K per day, 50K per day as well. So net, we're looking at 50K, but daily we're making 100K. My drawdown, so max drawdown in a day I've seen is 127,000. Daily average drawdown. So if I take a loss, I'm taking a loss around somewhere 100K. And then if I'm taking a win, I'm also doing somewhere around 100K. But most of the times, this is because of the positions. So I put multiple positions. So it's going based off the position itself, if that makes sense. So one of my positions would equal up to 100K. So it just depends on how many positions I put down. I'm gonna show you later on. So yeah, built up, and we are currently in profit of $1.1 million. So if we go to dashboard, we can see the trades that I've taken. Today, I've made $563,000. If we click here and we go to shorts, you can see that I put multiple positions on, but this was the short that I took. So if we scale out 1 hour, we can see, go here, boom. We can see that this is the trade that I took. As you can see, price ended up correcting in the markets, coming back under that level that I was looking for previously, and we sold. This was a previous position because I did put multiple positions on here, because once price came up to this, I seen that it was going to start rejecting this level, because we've had selling momentum under this level already. So that's the same thing that I'm looking for every time. I trade based off of only price action. So if price action is showing me that under a level or above a level is doing one thing or the other, then I follow along with what price is telling me it wants to do. So today was a pretty simple trade. All I did was wait for price to break below this level. That was my original entry. So my original entry was here. We can go back in, go back to trades, and then we can go to where the first one was placed, and I'm pretty sure it was, let's see, boom, it should be right around this level if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. So my original entry was placed right around here, and then you can see today I finally exited, but my original position was here, had a little bit of drawdown, then it sold off, which was great. My original stop loss was up here, like roughly somewhere around this level, and then we seen price break, and I was like, okay, this is good. I sold because price was under this level right here, but then it ended up consolidating under this level. So as we can see here, boom, I ended up getting in under this level, but then price ended up consolidating, pushing up a bit, and then selling off the next day, which was really good. And then we continued to hold because price made that low, corrected in the market, and then came back under this level. And when it was correcting, I knew that price was going to eventually come back to this level, so I did add some positions on that whole move. But as you can see, price is doing really, really well when it comes to following price action, especially on gold. I haven't been trading NASDAQ as much, so I've been kind of staying away from that. But one thing I will say is, like, I follow most of my reactions So if a level tells me like, hey, it's gonna sell under this level, or hey, it's gonna buy above this level, and what's telling me that too as well, for the people that don't understand that, basically what you want to do is whenever you're on the charts, so let's say if we're looking at now, right? Let's say if we want a new setup, right? What we're gonna first do is look for our swings. Our swing low is right here, and then we have a swing high. So normally you always want to ask yourself like, okay, if price make this swing low, what caused this? And that will be coming from this swing high, right? Vice versa. So if price made this swing high, what was the swing low that caused this? Which was this. And in between these two levels, this is where you determine if price is going to be bullish or bearish. So anything under this level right here is going to be considered bearish, anything under it. So that's why there's an alert here, because if price breaks under this level, it's going to go to the next swing. It's going to go to the next bullish level, which happens to be down here where I already have an alert at, right? So with that being said, today, all I did for this week, so Monday and Tuesday, all I did for this week was I took a swing low, took it to the swing high. We seen that swing high was going higher. And then we can also see that once price came here, it gave us equal highs. And when it gave us equal highs, it ended up falling, breaking that swing level. So the swing low ended up getting broken. If price is bullish, it should not break a swing low. Price broke a swing low, consolidated a little bit because it needed more momentum, more money in that case. And then it had that momentum to break, give us our first indication. I did trade the first indication because I was looking at this as an indication. It can still be an indication because it broke the level and we ended up consolidating, making a lower high again, which is in our case really good, as long as it didn't break structure. So if you notice here, we have a high, then we have a lower high, and then we have a lower high, which is technically in this case an equal high. And this is just overall showing us that price is not going to break its structure no matter what it's doing. No matter how much of a big push it made yesterday, it did not break the structure of the lower highs and lower lows. So in this case, if we was to turn on pivot points, highs and lows, it would mark up the highs, the swing highs. If you ever need help with that, it should mark this one, but it's not marking this one for some reason. We got the swing low and then also another swing high. So these are the same thing if you just want to just carry that over. But yeah, and then price can play as much as it want in this area as long as it doesn't break this swing high, because now it's retesting or it's testing this level to see if buyers are going to be weak so it can push down. As you can see, buyers are not standing down. They're trying to push up price as much as possible. So what sellers are going to do, they're going to push up, grab some more money in the market, grab all the people in the market that can, that have like stop losses or late, they exit the late trades, or they haven't got out their trades yet. They're going to liquidate them, hit them break even, and then it's going to start making its way back down to create that new low or come to that next support level. That's if the sellers are really strong. If the sellers are not really strong, then you'll just see price progress and then end up breaking long term, right? So that is just like a quick analogy of like how everything has been. My previous trades were the sales, so definitely was on these sales. I'm pretty sure we was on these buys too as well. I'm not sure on that buy one. Let me see. Let me check. Go back. What's a big day? 300K day. I'm pretty sure this was a long. So it was that buy trade. Let's see this. Boom. Yeah, it was that trade for the day. And then I exited early before coming to this level. Yep. So coming back here, the trade that I took before was down here. Going back, boom, scaling into the 15 so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. As you can see here, so I'm gonna delete all this. As you can see here, price ended up making that low, making a new low, and then price started to build up. As price started to build up, it ended up breaking its lower high. So it ended up breaking the swing high that it was supposed to respect. It was supposed to respect this level, but then it broke above it, which then caused the indication in the market. An indication comes from when price breaks above a swing low or a swing high. In this case, it broke the swing high. Since it broke that swing high, we can see price make a big push, give us an indication in the markets, and then go in that correction. As that correction happens, we can see, as that correction happens, we can literally see what I teach, what I preach is exactly what I did. As price breaks above that lower high, I get into that trade for the correction or for the continuation. As you can see, price is pointing to where I entered, and then you can see I took the trade up. So as you can see, my position was like roughly around here. And I'm gonna make this a different color so you can see my trade was roughly around there, getting on the continuation and taking price all the way back up, because above this level, we already know price is going to be bullish, right? So with that being said, this is how easy it is. And I'm not going to be like trading is always going to work this way, but I'm saying you don't need complicated things, complicated strategies in order to be profitable. I'm just trying to make it that way. You don't need to buy a course. You don't need to do any of that. You just need to pay attention to what I'm saying, see how simple it is, understand that, okay, trading can be simple, because some of you guys are like, bro, it's too simple. This can't be true. But it is. And I'm showing you the proof in the pudding. So with that being said, that is how I made $1.1 million in the past 2 weeks. This week was a 500K week. Last week was a 200K week, along with the week prior to that, which was a 300K week. So in the past 3 weeks, I've made $1.1 million. Sorry, I was going to say 1.7 because of that 7, but $1.1 million in the past 3 weeks. And yeah, all from the simple strategy of ICC. So if you've been following me and you've been following ICC and you're watching this far, just comment ICC down below and show some love. But that is pretty much the trade that I took today. How simple it was in the previous trades that I've taken today. Super simple strategy, and I'm not going to continue to waste your time. Be back in the next vlog.